First of all, Nyla, thanks so much for joining us in what has to be a pretty busy time in your life right now.
For sure. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
You had a very interesting work this past summer for the National Football League. How did that come about as an intern? And tell us what you did.
It was amazing. I actually found the internship on LinkedIn. So I went and applied there and, went through the interview process and I ended up getting it. So I was supposed to spend the summer in Culver City, California, working there for 2 months. But of course, as a result of coronavirus, everything moved virtually. And yeah, I just completed it virtually. It was such an amazing experience. And I got so much exposure to so many things that I ended up loving.
How do you think this intern is going to help you? And do you have a desire to maybe work in sports after your playing career?
I absolutely do. So I'm majoring in sociology and education. So I was kind of going that route. But after my internship, it made it really clear to me what my likes were. And I really loved the sports industry. So since then, I've been exploring a lot of different opportunities within the sports industry. So I'm really excited to take my skills and my talents that way. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. So I've been looking further into that.
You love to play basketball as well, and we enjoy watching you on the court. Very successful women's basketball program under Coach Swanson. The practice has just started, I guess. How's that going?
It's going really well. We're so excited to be back. We spent so many months away from each other, and we're excited to be back. The chemistry is there, the passion, the excitement. Now that we know we're having a season, they've released the conference schedule. We're pumped up and we're working hard and we're fighting for that CAA championship that we want.
You've got skills that sometimes don't show up in the box score. You're a hard worker. Your relentless defensive effort obviously leads to turnovers and eventually wins. Tell us about your mental part of the game and how tough it is to sometimes be in every play on the defensive end.
Yeah, it's exciting for me. It's exciting. I love it. I love to be right in the action, and that's what I take pride in, and it's one of those things that don't always make the box scores. It's one of those things that you don't always get the most recognition for, but that's always been something that hasn't been the most important for me, and what matters to me is winning. So I'll do whatever it takes, whether that's scoring, whether that's stopping somebody every possession, whatever it takes. So I just want to win, and my team knows that, and they know that I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, so that's what matters to me.
If we do allow folks to come to Kaplan Arena this year for fans, you need to get out and see Nyla Pollard, who is in her senior year from Princess Anne High School in Virginia Beach. Speaking of which, how has that been playing so close to home?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been, in hindsight, one of the best decisions. Just being able to have my family come to every home game and most away games, it just means the world to me. And it's college, right? And it's collegiate athletics. So every day is not going to be perfect. So it's just so reassuring and comforting to look up and see them in the stands. And for my teammates, I have a lot of teammates who are from states that are further away. And my family's like their family. So, they take everyone in. And it's just so great to have that support system for me and my teammates. So they're awesome.
So getting back to the classes, because I think some of our fan base would be interested, even if you weren't a basketball player at William & Mary, you would be on these Zoom classes and not able to take a regular course. How has that been for you? I mean, how are you adapting to that? What are some of the challenges, and have there been some positive points in the new?
Yeah, for certain. So all of my classes are remote or virtual this semester. And I would definitely say a positive that's come from that is just learning to adapt to new situations, so moving forward. And whenever I go into the workforce, I'm sure there are going to be so many different situations where I have to adapt and, change to new situations. So I think this is just good practice for that. And ultimately, that's kind of what college is anyway. So I think it's preparing us in new ways. And then on the con side, it's just a accelerated semester. So it seems like there's just so much more work in a short period of time, but it's going well. Everyone's adapting to it. Everyone's trying to make the best of the situation. So you realize that you're not alone in anything you do. So that's good.
Nyla, wherever you land in your job, there are going to be loving you as an employee or as an owner of a business, whatever you decide to do. I can feel your enthusiasm, and I think a big attitude and a good one at that, in all caps, would suffice to describe your demeanor. One last question, and going back to your career goals. So this time next year, where do you want to be, and how you want to get there?
That's an excellent question. So as I mentioned, I have been looking at different sports opportunities. So, and my internship really exposed that to me in just terms of like how important it is as a student athlete to get exposure to different opportunities and see what you like and what you don't like. So this year, actually, I've been working with the Student Athlete Advisory Committee under like career development and just setting up different programs to help student athletes do exactly that. So I've been working with the Career Center and creating a mentorship program, just really trying to get student athletes in positions to prepare for their next chapter of life. So just taking it right back to me, I've been heavily just like on LinkedIn, like learning more about different positions, different people in the sports industry. So I've applied to some rotational programs that exist. And I've even looked at some collegiate positions working in student athlete development. So just really interested in the holistic development of athletes across the board. So really just trying to take that wherever it may take me.
Well, that's you maybe get a snippet of this interview and send it to whomever you want to get a job at. I think you're in. Ncaa Pollard, a senior on the William & Mary women's basketball team. Thanks so much for your time and continued success. We look forward to seeing you on the court this very soon.
Thank you so much. I look forward to being on the court.
Big banks leaving a bad taste in your mouth, charging you all sorts of fees and giving you nothing in return. Open a Langley Pays checking account and you'll earn 10 cents every time you use your debit card. Get your paycheck up to 3 days early and avoid those nasty fees. Now that's a sweet account. Call us or visit a Langley branch to open an account today.
Today's brands need to activate their marketing budgets to engage consumers locally where they live and shop. Local events across the country are seeking relevant sponsors and partners, and retailers are always looking for ways to increase store traffic and dollar sales. Bring all parties together and, well, bam! Brand Activation Maximizer, or BAM, is a proven, one-of-a-kind software platform that connects brands, events, and retailers. It provides brands with unique opportunities to reach consumers, while helping events grow bigger and better. And best of all, BAM gets proven sales results by taking retailer interests into account. We've already successfully optimized more than $200 million in sponsorship to date, featuring some of the world's biggest brands and events. Yours could be next. BAM! It's that simple.
Welcome back to Tribe Talk. With us, men's soccer coach at William & Mary, Chris Norris. And first of all, Chris, thanks so much for being our guest today during these, let's just say, interesting times that we're all living in.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you having me.
Chris, give us an idea of what you and your staff and obviously your players as well are going through and during the COVID-19 experience. What it's been like to be a head men's soccer coach?
I think the biggest thing is just the uncertainty, and this isn't exclusive to us in athletics or in men's soccer. This is, something that everybody in the world is dealing with right now. And, for young people who are excited to be doing what they love doing, and in this case, playing soccer, it's difficult, certainly. And, to not quite know what your semester is going to look like, to not have the opportunity to fully interact with your teammates has been challenging, to say the least.
What kind of things are you doing to promote that team unity when you can't really be together a whole lot?
Yeah. So we are like everyone else. We're utilizing Zoom to the best of our ability. We have a leadership development program within our men's soccer program, and those guys plus a few other guys are included in what we call our peer mentorship program, and that's something that we do every year leading into the fall. It's not something that just came about because of the pandemic, but I think this year it placed more importance on that program and the ability of our upperclassmen to link with our incoming freshmen and our new players, and really kind of make them feel like they're a part of things, even though we couldn't be together physically. And I think that's gone a long way to helping ease that transition for the new players.
You are one of the leaders on a national scale of men's soccer. What are you hearing from the NCAA in terms of play next year, and what are you planning for?
Yeah, well, we finally have a format. We know that the NCAA has approved a championship season for the spring for men's soccer, like all the fall sports, and it will be somewhat reduced in terms of the total number of games, but we do know that preparations are being made to have a CAA championship, and the NCAA tournament will be 36 teams as opposed to 48, like it usually is in the fall. But our guys will be so excited to have the opportunity to get out on the field and play matches that I think that they'll accept anything really at this point, and the coaches feel the same.
How are the freshmen doing? It occurs to me that people are that have never been to the college level, have not been away from their homes, probably are really struggling and need some extra help.
Yeah, I think at a place like William and Mary, we tend to get people who are driven and self-motivated, and so I think that the guys that we're bringing in have some tools that maybe not everyone their age has to be able to cope with this. That doesn't mean that they aren't struggling at times, but I think we've got a pretty mature group of guys that came in this fall, and I think along with their teammates, the coaching staff, they are trying to have the best possible perspective on this and look at the potential positives of having this situation where they have a semester to actually prepare, as opposed to getting thrown in at the deep end in August, like we normally do, where we have sort of 15 days to prepare for a really meaningful game. And so we're trying to embrace that aspect of it, and I think those guys have done a good job of trying to have that mentality.
Coach, one of the best athletes, one of the best soccer players that ever came to William & Mary to play, Antonio Bustamante, is having a wonderful post-college career. Can you tell us about what Antonio is doing now?
Yeah, Antonio, he spent a year in MLS with DC United, and then he has since moved on. He's with a professional club in Bolivia now. More interestingly, he has had a kind of a meteoric rise within the Bolivian Football Association. He represented Bolivia at the U23 level in Olympic qualifying a few months back and did extremely well. That earned him a call up into the most recent Bolivian full national team camp as they're preparing for World Cup qualifiers. And then to our surprise, he earned a start the other night against Brazil and played 80 minutes, got really good reviews, and played against players like Neymar and Philippe Coutinho and some of the leading Brazilian players in the world. So that was an amazing day for him, certainly, and we expect more to come from him.
Personal question, Coach, how has COVID affected you and your family, and any interesting stories about what's been going on in your life during this time of turmoil?
Yeah, I mean, we've been affected, certainly. Fortunately, we haven't been affected, in a way that where anybody that we know real closely has been sick to the point of, being concerned about their, whether they survive or not, thank goodness. But, I think the biggest thing for us is that this gave us the opportunity to being at home and not traveling as much, gave us the opportunity to get a puppy. And that's been a really fulfilling experience for us, not without its challenges, but that's how we've spent the better part of our last 4 months, is raising a puppy.
So final question. What are you saying to Tribe soccer fans and alums out there right now on their questions, and how can they get more involved maybe in men's soccer during this time, and how can they help?
I think what I would say is just stay tuned. You know, we're doing what we normally do, which is working hard to prepare for the next available opportunity for us to play. And like we talked about already, we know that opportunity right now, unless things change, exists starting in February. And so we're working hard on that. And hopefully fans will have at least some opportunity to see those matches, whether that's, in person or more likely via stream. But, hang in there. We're still here, and we're still working hard to do what we love. And we hope to be able to share that with everyone soon.
Thanks, Coach Norris, for your time today, and continued success on the field.
Thanks, Jay. I appreciate it.
With your Village Bank debit card, earn points on everyday purchases and redeem them for something special. Village Bank, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Everything you know about Colonial Heritage is true. A beautiful golf course with exquisite dining and superb event space. But this is also true. You don't have to live there to play, dine, or celebrate there. So let Colonial Heritage be your host for a round, a meal, or a gathering. It's all true. You don't have to live there to enjoy being there. At Colonial Heritage, golf memberships are available. ColonialHeritageClub.com.
Are the big banks leaving a bad taste in your mouth, charging you all sorts of fees and giving you nothing in return? Open a Langley Bay's checking account, and you'll earn 10 cents every time you use your debit card. Get your paycheck up to 3 days early and avoid those nasty fees. Now that's a sweet account. Call us or visit a Langley branch to open an account today.
The Tribe Leader of the Week, presented by the Virginia Lottery, recognizes exceptional William & Mary student athletes for their contributions as leaders in the classroom and the community. This week's Tribe Leader of the Week, presented by the Virginia Lottery, is football defensive lineman Carl Fowler. Named a team captain for the 2020-21 season, Carl started all 12 games a season ago, finishing with 3 sacks. Off the field, Carl was recently named a CAA representative on the Ncaa Football Oversight Committee Student Action Group. He is an active volunteer in both the Durham, North Carolina and Williamsburg communities. Over the summer, Fowler, along with teammate Michael Jackson, organized the Durham-Raleigh March Against Injustice. A Provost Award winner and member of the Dean's List, Carl graduated cum laude in just 3 years from William & Mary and is currently enrolled in the law school.
With your Village Bank debit card, earn points on everyday purchases and redeem them for something special. Village Bank, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Everything you know about Colonial Heritage is true. A beautiful golf course with exquisite dining and superb event space. But this is also true. You don't have to live there to play, dine, or celebrate there. So let Colonial Heritage be your host for a round, a meal, or a gathering. It's all true. You don't have to live there to enjoy being there. At Colonial Heritage, golf memberships are available. ColonialHeritageClub.com.
Today's brands need to activate their marketing budgets to engage consumers locally where they live and shop. Local events across the country are seeking relevant sponsors and partners, and retailers are always looking for ways to increase store traffic and dollar sales. Bring all parties together and, well, bam! Brand Activation Maximizer, or BAM, is a proven, one-of-a-kind software platform that connects brands, events, and retailers. It provides brands with unique opportunities to reach consumers, while helping events grow bigger and better. And best of all, BAM gets proven sales results by taking retailer interests into account. We've already successfully optimized more than $200 million in sponsorship to date, featuring some of the world's biggest brands and events. Yours could be next. BAM! It's that simple.
Welcome back to Tribe Talk, and this is a really a special time for me to introduce the great Nate, as he was known when he walked the halls of Capitol Arena. Nathan Knight is with us, and first of all, Nathan, thanks so much for joining us in what is a very busy time for you and a very important one in your career.
No, thanks for having me. It's a real honor to get to speak to you guys.
One of the things that I noticed, though, you did not just stay on campus. You got out in the community. What led you to that? And do you feel like that enhanced your not only your career, but your enjoyment of William & Mary?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big believer in, entrenching yourself into the community. And that's something I wanted to do when I got here. William & Mary is an awesome school, but Williamsburg as a whole, it's a very awesome town, a lot of awesome people, getting able to, go out and, introduce myself to some of those people, make myself, kind of a household name, off the basketball court was something that I found really important. So, having the opportunity to do that, yes, definitely made my basketball career more enjoyable and made my time at the college more enjoyable.
While you weren't able to walk the stage in May for your graduation, you did graduate from William & Mary last May. Tell us about that experience, if you will, and the importance of getting that degree for you.
I remember the moment that I submitted that last final, that last assignment, just kind of sigh of relief, being able to check that off my, my checklist of things I want to do in my life, get my college degree, especially from a school like William & Mary. It's always talked about, but I feel like it's not talked about enough. The level of academic rigor that comes with going to William & Mary is, intense, and being able to, finish a 4-year degree and something that I was really, interested in was something that, no one could take away from me. So being able to, get that degree was something that, I'll hold on to for a really long time.
You had a lot of ups and downs, let's face it, in your career at William & Mary. Certainly a lot more ups than downs. What did you think you took away from those trying times? Yeah,
definitely. I think the things I took away from those trying times, as you call them, is, just kind of a mindset of, controlling what you can control. That's one of Fish's catchphrases, but that's something that, I've held on to since I've gotten William & Mary. There's a lot that goes on with basketball, has its ebb and flows, has its ups and its downs, but the biggest thing you can do is stay consistent, stay constant, and, go into Kaplan every day with your hard hat on and, get 1% better.
You were invited to the combine to go work out. Tell us about what you've been doing to stay in shape for the NBA draft here coming up fairly soon.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing that I've been doing was focusing more on my diet and focusing on, some more pro-specific things that I need to improve on to get ready for that next level. I had a great time at William & Mary. I was able to, put together a great career, but there were some things that I need to work on. And, with this prolonged draft period, I've been able to, do some of those things. I've been dieting a lot. I've been doing a lot of, strength and conditioning, in, addition to the basketball training that, obviously goes with, this whole process. So, improving some of the things, improving some of the weaknesses that I had in my game, and, making sure I'm in tip-top shape leading up to the draft is what I've been doing. That's how I've been spending most of my days.
So if getting a degree from William and Mary was one of your checkoff boxes. Getting drafted must be high up on that list of hopes as well. Have any plans for that special night, the draft night for in the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, honestly, I haven't looked that far in advance. I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. But ideally, want to be around my family, be around my loved ones, be around the people that have been there for me, with me since the beginning. Because that's a very special moment for me. Definitely be around my mother. I love her to death. So to share that moment with her would be awesome. So something along those lines, I wouldn't be upset with, for sure.
Give the listeners some idea of what kind of conversations, if you will, not to get personal, but conversations you've had with teams or agent in the NBA, and what how you feel that's going to go. How confident are you that you're going to be drafted?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I've been getting is a lot of information. A lot of information has been clarified for me. A lot of questions I've had have been answered, and I think where I stand, I'm pretty confident. The NBA and those higher ups are really good at finding talent and finding the people who are willing to do what it takes. And I feel like I'm one of those people. So if I continue to not be complacent and put the work in every day, I feel like God willing, I'll get the opportunity that I need to succeed. So just again, doing what I can and letting everything else take care of itself.
Biggest difference between Nathan Knight when he walked on campus at William and Mary and today, as I interview you preparing for the NBA draft?
I think the biggest thing that I can take away, the biggest change was my mindset. I think one person that everyone needs to talk to is Justin Pierce, because he knows who I was when I walked on the campus and who I am now. And, I am, I was a shell of who I am today when I walked on campus, just William and Mary's ability to, shape me not only to be, an exceptional athlete, but a student, man, friend, son, brother. William and Mary's ability to do that for me was, the biggest thing for me. My mindset, my parents, that all goes into, that whole thing that William and Mary has been able to, change for me. Like, I don't have the long hair, kind of cut down on the weight a little bit. My mindset's changed. My demeanor towards basketball, towards life has changed, and I have, William and Mary to thank for that. So.
Hey, I like the hair, by the way. So, Nathan, thank you very much for joining us. And we are all proud, all Tribe fans all over the universe are proud to say you are a lifetime member of the Tribe. And we look forward to having you back in Williamsburg real soon, as soon as possible. Thanks so much, and good luck in the draft.